Hello drag car fans. So this might be my first drag race vehicle in 1/64 scale. I know nothing about this vehicle. I'm not even thinking this is a real car in reality. Well, a car with this livery. So on this M2 box it just says, IROC-Z, but then on the car itself it says LSX twin turbo. So when I saw this, at one of my local shops, I just assumed this was a real car in real life, but maybe it is. I just don't know what it's called, when I did a search for this, nothing came up. Or when I just looked up twin turbo LSX Camaro, there's a bunch of old classic Camaros and stuff like that. So maybe I'm just too lazy and didn't put enough time into it, but that's what, hopefully some commenter will leave a comment explaining this is a real vehicle or something, hopefully. I'm sure many people would want to know. Okay, well, let's see what we got in this guy. I really don't like these boxes that M2 does, because you can squeeze this thing past this ledge, and so it's really hard to get out because it literally deforms. As far as crystal boxes go, I think this is probably one of the worst. I also don't know why this is so tall, right? But anyways, diamond plate thing here. We got 2 screws. That actually is pretty smart to have 2 screws to keep the car from spinning around when it's tossed around by UPS or some sort of shipping company. So I just pulled up a couple random drag cars of this generation of Camaro. This is my first of this generation of Camaro. I know Hot Wheels has one, but it looks a little too... It's cartoony, but not cartoony enough for me. I have 2 extremes, realistic and super deformed, but the Hot Wheels one is neither. Okay, so that apparently is supposed to be an LSX twin turbo. I can see the twin turbo aspect of it. The 2 silver pipes and stuff leading to the turbos, and then you have, some induction there, I assume, or maybe they're just cooling fans for the radiator. Okay, well, anyways, because the hood is black, it doesn't really bother me that this is an open hood, although right there you can see that gray, but I could add some black Sharpie down in that panel gap. Alright, so let's see its side view. So I also don't know what kind of hood this is. Clearly it's not a stock hood. It's probably some sort of fiberglass hood or something like that. But I have no clue who makes it, and I'm sure there's a couple different sizes of these fiberglass hoods. I mean, this one's pretty, well, it depends on the angle. Here's a little article I found. So, 2,000 horsepower from one of these guys, so that's a lot of power that one has. Alright, I get these tools out of here. I get the good old dental pick. And I like this paint finish. It's a matte. It's not a glossy. It's not even satin. It's a full-on matte. You can see no reflection at all. Right? Look how faded that reflection is. So I kind of dig it. It reminds me of a military for some reason. But this is supposed to be glossy, I guess, this black hood. I like that the rear window has tampo printing and not a decal. This is also tampo printed. So M2 is cool with the graphics. No weird decal stuff that I'm not a fan of because they crack or they peel off. This has a nice little orange, probably tampo print. The fuel filler here, the door, those gaps are okay. So finger depression there. This lock is actually a bump, a physical bump. Looks like this blue is also a matte finish. I don't think it's reflective. I don't know, maybe a little more than this. You can see that. Oh, alright. The tires are nice. I like the Goodyear printing on them. The wheels are probably really nice. It's just they're so dark it's hard to see the details. Are those Krager wheels? I forget. Torque thrusts? Not sure. Okay, but clearly drag tires. That is quite a difference. I like that M2s are screwed together. I haven't had the need to modify any, but it's nice to know that I can. Or it's nice to know that I could fix that problem if there was such a thing. But so far so good. I like to see that the date, how old this model is, what the car is, who made it is right there, kind of, sort of, and cast line as well. So really it has all the information that I'm looking for on the bottom of the vehicle. And then if you like molded details, you have that as a plus. Okay. Going to the rear end, we have yeah, clear plastic lights, but they painted the white and the orange on top there. It's kind of cool. I like that there's something on the license plate, so it's nice to know this is an 85 Camaro. The rear wing is a separate plastic piece. That's where it got pulled off the molding screw. A little gappy there, but not so bad. I like that there's no side windows either, because it gives us a chance to see a little better. There's a roll cage apparently, and that roll cage is relatively thin in its tubing, but because of the black interior, I think we're going to need the good old flashlight. Yeah, that's really dark. Alright. So, it seems to have the standard, you know, level of details molded in there. You know, it's much better than a Hot Wheels, you know, pretty crisp molding there. Just, you know, it's hard to see in this color. Alright, what else do we have? Side mirrors. Oh, are they separate pieces? What's going on here? Or that's paint, maybe, from the molding? Hold on, I gotta look at it with my own eyes. Alright, so that's paint. That's overrun. On this side you can see this, you know, black paint here for, I assume, what's supposed to be some sort of window molding or maybe a rain gutter. But unfortunately it spilled over there. No silver on the back side. Alright, so this side, what's going on here? Alright, that flakes off. Front end. You know, just painted headlights, but they're pretty small headlights, so it doesn't bother me too much. And there's also a little black going around them. Couple ridges in there, and there's silver paint in there for those lights. So yeah, I don't know what the deal is with this. Again, is this a real car? Maybe this is a real car where this is blanked off and it just has these two, what look like fan blades or something, but I don't know. Okay. Actually, yeah, I like it. Alright. Let's compare it to a couple other American muscle cars. Granted, not drag cars. First would be the Mustang, right? I mean, that's what it would be competing against. This is by Greenlight. It's one of those. It's the Home Improvement Mustang. Although I don't remember ever seeing that in Home Improvement. Let's see. We have an older Camaro by Kyosho. This is a Camaro SS, and I believe it's the first generation that came out in like 1967. But maybe it's like a 69 Camaro. And then the last one I'm going to pull out is an old Corvette, a C2 Corvette, I believe. Whereas this is C3. It says 1975. No, it says 1978 on the bottom. I believe that's a C3 Corvette. Correct me if I'm wrong. So that's by Kyosho as well. I think I like the red classic Camaro more, if I had to pick of these four. Alright, so let's let this guy spin on its own. Well, I don't have too many M2 machines, mainly because they always have these opening hoods. But for today, I'm quite happy with this one. You know, the black hood, it hides that panel gap, so to me this just looks like a normal vehicle. And the headlights, they're relatively short in height, so I'm not even bothered by the white painted headlights. I do think it's cool that it has plastic taillights, and I really like the tires and the wheels. I like that it's screwed together. I don't like the plastic case. I would prefer a color on the inside, but being a drag car, I'm pretty sure it has a black interior. If this is a real car again, I don't know. And then it's always interesting to learn about cars, so I now know an LSX is capable of 2,000 horsepower, which is pretty nuts. Okay, so yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Eventually I'll get another M2 whenever a nice livery comes out that hides the panel gaps. Alright, thanks for watching. See you around. See you at the drag strip.